Sean Strickland looked amazing tonight, guys. But before we get into that, I just wanted to say, make sure that if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure to leave a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and right back to the video. For those of you who don't know, Sean Strickland defeated Abbas Magomedov. Yes, I'm calling him Abbas because to me that's a little bit funny. He beat Abbas Magomedov by way of second round TKO. And what was an interesting fight. In the first round, I genuinely thought that, Abbas was kind of, give Sean a lot of issues, specifically when it came to those leg kicks, because that is a massive weakness of Sean Strickland. He does not check leg kicks. Yes, the body kicks were kind of getting through, like, some of the time, but the bigger issue is those leg kicks, because Sean Strickland stands up really tall, he has, like, that Philly show, and he kind of just walks forward at you, or walks backwards, I guess, or whatever, but he's not really a whole lot of a mover either. He doesn't really lift his legs up a lot of the time to try to check the leg kicks. So, to be honest, I kind of expected more of that from Abbas, but there's a multitude of different factors, and I was watching the fight, and I was kind of saying these things to myself, that there's a few things that it could have been. One, it could have been an adrenaline dump from Abbas. Because of the fact that, it's his first main event, it's his second fight in the UFC, on the big stage, he could have crumbled under that pressure. He could have gassed out really quickly. It's very possible the pressure could have absolutely got to him. B could have had a bad training camp. He could have been sick. He might not have necessarily prepared for Sean Strickland properly. Might have underestimated him to a degree. 3, and probably the most likely answer, that he blew his wad in that first round and was just simply, gassed out after the first, because he was throwing a lot of kicks with very high intensity and a lot of power in them, and that does take the cardio out of you. So it wouldn't shock me if it was any one of those things, because like when Abbas was fresh, I thought he was doing very well. I thought he was getting the better of Sean, especially considering the fact that when he was moving forward, Abbas was being more successful because he's able to dictate the range and, when he's able to throw his kicks. But when Sean Strickland starts backing him up and the pressure starts getting put on him, not only did Abbas, start to gas out, but he's not able to throw his kicks the same way. When you crowd a kicker, they cannot throw their kicks the same way. They have to plant to throw. You cannot kick moving backwards. It is very difficult to do. It's very awkward. Very much gets you off balance. So Sean Strickland did the right thing. And Sean Strickland didn't even do everything he could have to gas out Abbas. If he really wanted to, if he would have went to that body more, he would have drained the gas tank even faster. But, there was a point in the first round where, Abbas gets the back of Sean Strickland, and it almost looked like when Sean stood up and they were in the clinch, it almost seemed like Abbas kind of just let him go, when that seemed like it was going to be an area where he could get the better of Sean Strickland. And it's not that Sean's a bad grappler, but let's be honest, he is not like on the level of these like, European and Dagestani type wrestlers. Sean Strickland's not that kind of guy. And I thought the takedown defense was actually going to hold up there in the first round for Sean. And then, because I saw him go for the double underhooks, but then all of a sudden he kind of fell over, he gave up his back, and I'm just like, oh no, this fight's going to be over like that. And honestly, going into this fight, I predicted him to win, but I thought it was going to be another decision. Because Sean Strickland has proven to me, time and time again, that he has had a hard time finishing fights. But he did finish Abbas tonight. The only issue with this whole finish is the fact that it's against an unranked guy, a guy who doesn't have experience against top competition against the guy, even like Sean Strickland, he doesn't have experience against that caliber fighter, and a fighter that is unranked. And that's not to disrespect Abbas, I don't think he's necessarily there. I mean, he competed well while he was fresh, but every fighter can compete well while they're fresh. But as they start to dwindle in the gas tank a little bit, Sean Strickland can go for days. His cardio is absolutely amazing. And honestly, I just wanted to say, great fight for Sean Strickland. But the question becomes, who does he fight next? Because he was wanting a title shot. He's not getting a title shot off that. And yes, it was a good performance, but he did just lose to Jared Cannonier. So what I think he needs to do is fight the winner of Paulo Costa versus Ikram Aliskerov. That could be a potential interesting one. Now, unless Ikram wins the fight and they want to give him a title shot to give Izzy some fresh blood, or maybe give him Khamzat Chimaev because those two have already fought before, set up that storyline, kind of like the whole Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya thing. I don't know. It could be one of many things that we could be potentially seeing here. But let me know what you guys think of this down in the comments below, because I'm very interested to see what you guys, think about these sorts of fights and stuff. Make sure you guys subscribe for more content, and we're trying to upload daily, 3 days in a row now. I mean, come on, guys, you gotta give me a little bit of props on this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more awesome content. Peace.